Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa of Sova Creations. I hope you're all doing well. In this video I thought we would make a journal using this sticky white rice container. I think it'll come out really cute. I did make one using one the other day, and this is how it came out, and I think it's really pretty. So we're gonna make that, but I think we're just gonna make the cover so we don't spend too much time, or it could be a really long video doing all the papers and everything. So for the cover I chose this really pretty heart design, and then for the inside I think this will look really nice. They're like flowers, foil flowers I think. So I think that'll look really cute. And so let's go ahead and cut it down. We're just going to open it up on all sides. This will be our spine on this side. So I'm going to open it up and then we'll cut it down. Okay, I got it all opened up. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off both of these sides, the top and the bottom. So what I do is I just use my ruler and my knife and I line it up and just cut it. I line it up on the crease as well as I can. And then I'm going to cut this down even smaller once I get it all cut, because I like it to be a little bit smaller of a journal. The reason I decided to do this again is because I came across an old journal that I made, and it was when I first started making journals, and it's when I used food boxes to make my journals, so like a true junk journal, instead of how I kind of do it now where I use chipboard like that I purchased off Amazon. So I really want to get back into doing it this way. Oh no, this one tore some. I can probably glue that down. Okay, I finished getting it all cut. So now this is going to be the cover. It's going to be upside down. I mean, it doesn't matter, it's going to be covered, but that's just how it's turning out. Now right now it measures about 8 by 5.5, but this one I cut down. This other one that I made, I cut down to, I think it's about 7.5 by, well, I left it at the 5.5, but it's 7.5 by 5.5. So that's kind of what I want to make this one. Even though right now it's even. So what I do is I just kind of fold it back like this, and I'm going to line it up on here. So, and then I'm going to cut it at the 7 mark. I do it this way because I found when I try to do it with it open completely, I get it really uneven. So this way works best. Just trying to get that lined up perfectly. Okay, so that should be even. Yeah, there we go. It's nice and even. So that way works way better than like laying it out flat like this and trying to cut it. When I think about it, I don't know if I really need to glue this down, but I'm gonna try to glue it a little bit. And I recently started using this Bearly Art Precision Craft Glue instead of using so much Fabrifix. It's not coming out. I know it's clear. Let me try a different tip on it. It comes with different size tips, so you get like different, a different amount that comes out. I wanted to use the smaller one so it doesn't bring too much out, but for some reason it wasn't working. And I have it cleaned out, so I'm not sure why it wasn't working. But there we go, we kind of got that put down. You know, we could even, it doesn't even matter, this could be the front also. Alright, so now what we want to do is get our papers and cut them down. And I'm going to be using fabric on the spine, so I'm going to leave a little bit of room, like on here. I got glue on my hands. I'm going to leave a little bit of room, like right here, I would say. So what I'm going to do is, oh, this is double-sided. I didn't realize. Okay. Well, what we want to do also is make sure we leave enough room for folding over on the sides, which I think this is a pretty good amount. It's probably like an inch. Okay, let me get a pen. And I'm going to mark it about right here because I think that's a good amount between the spine and the... Okay. And then up top, I'm going to mark it, I think right here where the bold line is. Okay, and I should be able to get, I think if I remember, I should be able to get a front and a back out of this. I have an avalanche of papers happening over here. Okay, so first we're gonna cut it this way. It's kind of hard to see the other side, but I have my paper trimmer and I'm just trimming it. Put that one to the side and then we'll do the other side. And I'm just lining up the lines that I drew as best as I can. And then we're going to take our other piece and we're going to line it up and we're going to cut it. I like to flip it over so that we can see a little better where we need to trim. So I'm just lining it up on this side. I'm sorry you guys can't see. And then I'm trimming it. Sorry, I don't remember where what I was saying. My daughter knocked on the door. She needed something. But anyway, okay, we got the fronts cut. And we have to make sure we put the hearts the right side up. Because I have made the mistake of putting things upside down before. Alright, now what we need is our cover back. And then I made it to where, right there. I like to line it up on this side, but I made it to where there's a little bit left. So what I'm going to do is put the glue on this side. Hopefully I get it in the right spot. Whoops, I went over a little bit. It's a little hard to do it straight. I have a little trouble with that. I always end up all over the place. Nope, hearts. Okay, that should be good there. Let's flip it over and make sure. Yep, it's pretty even on all sides, so that's good. All right, now let's glue the other side and make sure I put my hearts the right way up. Now I am going to sew this in the end after I get everything glued down. I just like sewing it because it gives that extra security. So I don't need to really worry about too much of how much is sticking down. I mean, to put it together, it matters, but in the end, I'm going to glue it, sew it so it just holds it all together. That's what I do with all my journals now. All right, there we go. So we have the front covers glued down. Now, I am not good at cutting the corners to where it works. So what I do is I just fold my corners in. It just works better for me. And I don't know if this does anything, but I started like using the bone folder. It does seem to make it a little easier to fold the paper over, so I use it just to kind of go along the sides, or the edges, I mean. Sometimes there's some glue, and I think it does help, honestly, because otherwise it can be hard to fold over the paper. Okay, so first things first. Yeah, see, it makes it a lot easier. First things first, I'm going to glue down the corners. I just put the glue on there and then fold it over. And I am most likely going to use corner covers on it. I finally found, I had bought some a while back and I couldn't find it, but I finally found it, so we'll be able to use those if I can find matching. I got it off of Amazon and it has like random ones, so they might be mismatched. I don't know why they didn't put enough of the same ones in there, but they didn't. Okay. Now I'm gonna fold over the, I'm gonna glue these and fold them over. Now I really like this kind of glue better for gluing onto this really thin chipboard, but it does seep out a lot. But that's okay because it dries clear, and plus we're going to cover over it, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's do the other side. You do have to hold it for a little bit too to kind of make it set, because it takes a little while. Okay. Like, see, a lot of the glue is coming out. I think it might be hard to see on the camera, but I see it. Okay, now let's do this one last side, and then I'll do the other side off camera so we don't take too much time. Because putting together the cover does take a good amount of time with cutting and folding and all of that, so. See, when I fold the corners in, it really just fits better for me. I don't know why I've never been able to cut the corners down. I just never have. I've tried so many times and I always end up messing up. So, okay, there we go. We have our front cover on. Now I'm going to do this back cover. I'll be right back. Okay, we got all of this, the front cover put together. And we do leave this space because if you put it too far over, it'll crack. Like, it starts crackling. I made that mistake on one of my first journals I made. So I always make sure you leave a little room now. So now we're going to add in our inside cover. So we'll just measure that out the same way we did for the other one. So let me get my pen again. I'm going to mark it, kind of line it up with the spine here, well, with the where it cut off here, and then I'm gonna do it down here. Alright, now let me get those cut. Okay, I have the inside cover done. I went ahead and glued it in for sake of time, and I now am going to put on the fabric cover for the spine. So I already have it cut down. This is for the inside. And I am going to use Fabrifix for this, but I'm going to make sure I like kind of rub it in so that it doesn't bleed through. I'm sorry about the light changes. I need to find a new place to record because it's right in front of my window. So as everything kind of changes outside with the sunlight, it messes up in here. But okay, let's just go ahead and put some Fabrifix around here, and then I'll rub it in. Okay, and then we'll put our fabric on. Now in some spots it might come up a little bit, so we'll just put a little bit of glue there and I'll just rub it in again. There we go. So that's our inside, and I kind of like the look of it hanging over a little bit here. So alright, let's do the outside. I like to lay it down so I can kind of figure out where I need to put the Fabrifix down, and then I just kind of guess on the other side. Just rub it all in. Because I have done it before where I don't do this and then we get all the bleed through and it doesn't look good. Okay, there we go. So we have this. I might cut this down just a little bit. No, I think it's good. I like the look of it sticking up. And plus it kind of blocks the look of the other side where it's not covered. So there we go, we have our cover done. Now I think I want to add something to the front here, so I'll be right back. Okay, I decided what I'm going to put on the top. I got this really cute Forest Letters series from Temu a while back, and I think it's going to look really pretty on the front here. So I just need to glue it down and then find our corners and we'll be done. Okay, so I also forgot that I needed to sew around. So I went ahead and sewed around, and then I'm a little disappointed because I didn't want to sew over this piece, but it was too late. We'd already glued it down, so but that's okay. But I found these corners, not my favorite. They're a little small, but they're the only ones that I could find matching, like a whole 4 set. So all right, there we go. This is our journal cover, and I think it turned out really cute, and it's pretty cool making journals from food boxes. And I have a bunch of food boxes saved from when I first started, so I might actually start doing this more. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like how it turned out. If you did, if you would go ahead and like the video, and if you would like to subscribe, that'd be awesome. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.